What's going on, guys? Adam Snyder here with Home and Entrepreneur. And so in this video I am specifically talking to Amazon FBA sellers, or I guess merchant fulfilled sellers as well, but I want to address some things that have been going on inside this industry and kind of give you some tips to along the way to build your business, to make sure you are not suspended for one, and yeah, just give you some tips. So stay tuned for that. So the very first thing that's been going on, if you guys have been active inside any of the Facebook groups, you know there's been a lot of suspensions. And the reason I want to address this, I don't like to really address suspensions or anything like that, because, or really anything that goes on with Amazon, because nobody knows except for Amazon themselves. So with all the people that are saying, oh, don't worry about it, it's just a glitch, it's just software, it's just their algorithm, their bots, whatever it is, nobody knows. Okay, so if you are taking advice from somebody that maybe has gone through a suspension or knows how to get out of it, great. But if you're trying to take advice as to how to handle this going forward, nobody knows. I'm not saying people out there that are talking are just liars and you shouldn't believe them. They probably have some they're probably going off of something to give you the advice that they are. Just know nobody knows. They could be giving you advice because they heard it from somebody else and somebody else, but the truth is nobody knows. With that, the only way you can avoid being suspended right now is to not sell on Amazon. That's it. It doesn't matter if you delete all your listings, you can still be suspended. You do not have to have a listing. All you have to do is have an account. You can be suspended. So anybody with an account can be suspended. With that said, am I worried about suspension? I'm not worried about suspension, because the products that I send in, I try to go over each one, make sure I'm listing it in the correct condition. I'm putting any condition notes. I am adhering to Amazon's terms of service. I've been doing this for a while. I make sure every single item that I list is not only up to my standards, it's up to Amazon standards as well. I highly recommend you do the same thing. Am I saying don't send anything into Amazon? No, I'm not saying that at all. I continue to send in products every single day. The reason I do that is because this is a business. We're playing in somebody else's backyard. Amazon calls the shots. So for me, for you, anybody else that's selling, we have to adhere to their rules. With that said, Amazon changes their rules constantly. They're trying to make their platform better than any other platform out there. And I believe they've done that. They've accomplished that. But they aren't done. They're going to continue to make improvements until they are 100% satisfied, which will never happen. Because of that, these improvements will not stop. And by improvements, I'm talking about getting rid of the sellers that they're not really quality sellers, or maybe in their bots that are doing all this work are weeding out the wrong people. So being that these bots are weeding out some of the wrong people, it does take them a little while to figure out, okay, they suspended this account, but now you're gonna submit some information and hopefully your account will be reinstated. It happens. People get their account suspended for really no apparent reason, and the bots, or if they have an actual human reviewer going over your account, they're going to issue you a very vague response that's not going to tell you anything. So you actually have to approach Amazon, which makes it seem like you're an actual person. You're not just somebody creating hundreds or thousands of fake accounts and you're going to try to scam people out of money. Okay, so by letting Amazon know you are an actual person, you are trying to run this as an actual business, you've set yourself up for success, and you are trying to make their platform better. That's what Amazon wants at the end of the day. So if you are providing a value or whatever to Amazon, they're going to want you back. Okay, so that's really all I want to talk about with suspensions. The next thing I want to talk about is something that I've had it happen over the past year or two, mainly over the past year, but it doesn't happen that often. And what I'm talking about is people go in and they change the listing that you are listed under. And so in the past maybe week, I've had I've had to refund a bunch of products or a bunch of orders, and normally I don't do this. What happened was I was selling a bunch of grocery products, and I sell grocery products all the time. It doesn't really happen like this. I've only had it happen one time where I sent off a bunch of products and I listed it quantity as 1 when it was actually a pack of 12. But the way the wording was, it was pack of 12, but the box came with a pack of 12 inside. But the way the listing was, it was actually for 12 boxes. At 12 boxes, I don't know how anyone would make any money, because even I got the products very cheap. But even the weight, it shows if you scroll down into the description or the item details, it will say the size, like the length, width, height, all that stuff. Plus it shows the weight of the product. The weight of the product was for 1 box. But when I sent it off, the people that bought the product thought it was for 12 boxes of 12 products inside. That wasn't what I sent. So that happened to me one time. Recently, in the past week, this has happened to me. Today I got 3 more messages from people saying that what they received was not what they ordered. Okay, it was a granola bar. I'm not gonna say which one or anything like that, but it was a granola bar. And I've sold this in the past so many times. That's why I keep buying it. It was a granola bar for 1 box. It was a pack of 8 in each box. But the way it was worded is pack of 8, and people thought they were getting 8 boxes. Again, that's not what was in the listing. What happened, and what I want to warn you guys on, people are going out there changing the listing. I'm not sure who. I'm not sure if it's the person that created the initial listing or what's going on. But what's happening is these listings are being changed. I haven't seen this much in any other category but grocery. I know it's happened before to a couple of my clients in health and personal care and beauty, because those are the main categories that have the quantities. But this has happened to me 3 times just today, and it was all in the same product. But like I said, I've sold this in the past. And I know this is feeling more like a rant, but I just want to warn you guys, this is happening. So just watch out for it. And I'll give you advice on how to deal with it. But what happened is these boxes were sent to the customers, and then they sent me emails today. Every single one. I got 3 emails today, all asking for refunds. And so what I ended up doing, because I know I've sold this before, it was the exact same listing. I know what happened is somebody changed it, because I've sold this before as just 1 box, and the quantities, everything, even in the reviews, people are talking about, it was a great deal, all this stuff. They love it. Normally they have to order more and more because they're only ordering 1 box at a time, and just anyway. So I know it was changed, but I'm not gonna argue with Amazon. Don't argue. One piece of advice, and this is not the main advice I'm giving in this video, but don't argue with Amazon. If Amazon says you are in the wrong, you are in the wrong. Okay. There are times where you can, fight that battle, but in most cases, I just, whatever Amazon says, I go with it. In this case, I didn't want to argue with Amazon. Okay, I think I had like 13 boxes or 14 boxes. So 3 of them, I got messages today, this morning, and so what I ended up doing is I wrote back to the people saying I understand the confusion of this product. I don't know what happened, but I take full responsibility. I'm issuing you a full refund for that product, and you can keep it. And everyone said thank you, fast customer service, all that, great stuff. But then I had to cancel the order because I had to refund it. So that sucks. I didn't make the money, but at the same time, that customer was happy. So if Amazon were to say, this item it's not as described, I could be like, I understand that. I know what happened. It's never gonna happen again. But in order to make the customer happy, your customer happy, I sent them a full refund for the purchase price, and I'm giving them the item for free. They do not have to send it back. So that is how I dealt with it. Do you have to deal with it the exact same way? It's up to you. From my experience, I would rather just give away a product to make that customer happy, because I know if Amazon were to ever come back and say this customer was just so irate that they didn't get their products, I'd be like, I gave them a free product. Who else is going to give them a free product? There's not many people out there who will just give you a free product to make sure you are happy, because I made the mistake. Whether it was actually my mistake or somebody changed it, I know what happened, but at the same time, in the end, it looks like it was me that made the mistake. So just want to leave you with that. If you're selling grocery, health and personal care, or beauty, watch out for that one issue, because I don't know if somebody's scamming, somebody trying to get people's account suspended, or maybe the listing was inaccurate in the beginning and then it was suddenly changed. I don't know. All I know is that listing is different now, and there are many others just like it. So now let's talk about the upcoming, or depending on when you watch this video, but as of shooting it, this is January 24th. We have about 22 days before February 15th. For those of you that know what February 15th is, it is the day where long-term storage fees, you'll be hit with those fees. So what's happening, and what I've been seeing a lot lately is, okay, so not only is February 15th, and I think it's the same day, but February 15th is the day where long-term storage fees will be added to your account. I believe it's also that day, or right around there, where the Amazon fees are actually changing. So what's going on right now is people are scared because the Amazon fees are actually going up. Well, hold on, are they going up? In some cases, the fees are actually coming down, not going up. So in certain categories, certain products, especially very small products, the fees are dropping. So you'll actually make more money than you are currently making. As far as like books and bigger items, big, bulky, oversized items, those fees are going up, and that's gonna kill you if you didn't plan that in when you initially bought the product. Okay, so that is one thing that's going on. The other thing that's going on is Amazon is gonna be charging those long-term storage fees. So 6 months, 12 months or longer, and the fees they're outrageous if you are not moving inventory. I currently have products that I will be hit with those long-term storage fees. For the 12 months or longer, the only fees that I'll get, I think it's like $60 some, and these products I pretty much got them for free, so it's all profit. But when you factor in the cost of the fees, you're really getting hit with, you're not making a whole lot of money. So I'm gonna keep them for those items. I'm gonna keep them through this one round, and then coming the next round, I will actually drop them if they haven't sold. So I'll either liquidate them or I'll have Amazon dispose of them. Probably won't get them back because I really don't want them. As far as my 6 months and longer, I'm actually only getting charged $280 some, which is very good, which means, because I send in a whole lot of products, which just means most of my inventory is moving, which is a great sign. But just know it's out there, it's happening, the date is coming up, and with that, all these people are dropping their prices on stuff that really isn't even long term. It's stuff they just sent in, but they see all these other people dropping their prices, and it's like everybody's just crashing the market. What you need to understand is you don't have to drop your prices. All these people are going to sell out their stuff because their price is just so good to pass up. People are going to be buying it. But in a couple months or in a month, this stuff's going to sell for 2-3 times as much as people are asking right now. With that said, I think I've said that a lot in this video. With that said. Anyway, I should come up with a new transition. Anyway, so what you need to keep in mind is that prices are going to go up and down. Sales rankings are going to go up and down. Some people are going to make it out and continue to do this business. Some people are going to be hit with such big fees that they didn't expect, and they will probably just bow out. They'll probably just be like, screw this, you can't make any money. This whole business model, this whole thing, it was just a joke. You're not going to be able to make any money. You can't make money. You just got to realize that these fees do happen. They happen every 6 months. You need to understand that they are going to happen. Amazon's never changed it. Their fees do go up seems like every 6 months or every year, but it's just the cost of doing business. Like I said before, We're playing in somebody else's backyard. If you don't like it, go sell somewhere else. Another thing I want to address, which I don't think anyone's really talked about, is the whole new president, Donald Trump. What's going to happen? Again, nobody knows. He said certain things. Every potential president, every person trying to be elected says all this stuff. Now, is 100% of it going to be true? No, not going to be true. Now, what I want to tell you guys is that one of his things is he wants to bring more jobs to the U.S. So he wants to get rid of, importing products from other countries, which would include China. Are you going to be able to, is he going to be able to stop import completely? No. I highly doubt that, because there'd be so many people against him. I don't see how it would even work. But let's say it made it harder. Your import fees, whatever it was, they're higher. They're going to make sure that even if you can import products from China or another country, you're going to be hit with import fees that will, hopefully get you to convert to using a U.S. manufacturer or somebody inside the U.S. because that's going to bring in more jobs, a little more income, all that stuff, make the economy more stable and better. But if you get hit with those fees or those higher charges, whatever it is, that's not going to happen today. If you were to put that into motion, it's going to take a little bit. It's not going to happen today, tomorrow, next month. Most people say if it happens, it'll probably be close to like 2 years down the line. I don't know if it's going to happen or when it would happen. But if it does, just realize everything you import, so this deals with more private label sellers. If I had to pay more in the import fees and all that, it's part of business. You can go back to your supplier, you can go back to manufacturer and renegotiate your cost. You can figure out ways around it. There's so many things you can do. Okay, so that's one thing I highly recommend. I talked to I guess he's kind of like an acquaintance, not really a business partner or anything, but what he's doing, he lives down in California, so what he's actually doing is having stuff flown in to Mexico, and he's going down there, picking it up there and driving it up. As far as I don't know what he does as far as customs and declaring certain value and business expenses, all that stuff. I don't know what he does for that, but he saves quite a bit of money by going that route. I know some people I've talked to say they've flown stuff into Canada, will drive up and go get it and bring it back down. Again, I don't know how that works, but that is an option. So just be aware there's options out there. As far as for me, I like to stay put. I like to stay where I'm at, stay close to my office. I like to do everything from home or from location that I prefer. Whether it's my office, whether it's a hotel room, it doesn't matter. I like to have full control over exactly where I'm at. So I just want to put that out there. That's really all I'm going to talk about as far as the president. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully great things happen. Hopefully he makes America great again. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so the very last question that I want to answer, and I don't remember who asked me this. It was somebody over on Facebook. But somebody asked me if I think Amazon FBA is going to be my biggest business in 2017. And my answer was no. I don't think it's going to be my biggest business. I think I'll have other businesses that are going to earn more than Amazon, or make more in profit than Amazon. As far as earnings, Amazon definitely is my biggest one, but I put more money into it. Okay, I gotta spend money to make money. That isn't the same thing with websites. So websites are a big part of my business. They help me live the lifestyle that I currently live, help me do the things I do, travel, all that stuff. The reason I do Amazon FBA, and the reason I do FBA specifically instead of merchant fulfilled, and why I don't do eBay, I do eBay very little. I think in the past week I sold 2 items, no big deal. I think I made like $45. So anyway, eBay I do it very little, but the reason I don't do eBay and I hate doing merchant fulfilled is because Amazon FBA is a better business model for me. I can send stuff into Amazon. When it sells, Amazon then sends it to the buyer and I make the money from it. The reason that works well in my business, and if you have a full-time job, which I consider my website business and trading and all the other stuff that I do, I consider that my full-time job, and Amazon FBA is more it's my side income, because I can do Amazon in between all my other stuff. Most people can't say that. So if you have a full-time income, you work a full-time job 40 hours a week, you can mix your Amazon FBA business into it in your spare time, when you get home at night, maybe in the morning, on the weekends, days off. That's when you can start getting your Amazon FBA business and building it to the next level, to something very successful. I have done that. I have set up my business to a way where I can, if I don't want to do any retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, I don't have to. I could just stick to wholesale and private label. But there's that mix. And normally I don't talk about, it's been a while since I've talked about why I like to do thrifting, retail arbitrage, even garage sales. And the reason I like to do them is because they're fun. You find new things, you meet different people. I can't tell you the amount of people I've met by doing retail arbitrage, thrifting, and even garage sales. One of the garage sales that I went to back into the summer of 2016, I was actually invited back to their house like right before Christmas, because they were trying to sell stuff. So they actually hit me up on Facebook, and we talked a little bit like that, and then they invited me over to see about buying stuff, which I ended up doing. So just networking with people, that's why I like it. With wholesale, you build a small network, but it's a network of more professional people. So they're dealing more with, okay, I'm contacting you because I want to make some more money. I need to make another sale. The people that you meet at garage sales, at thrift stores, they probably contact you just because maybe you're an interesting person. Maybe they're wanting to make another sale, make a little bit more money, or in most cases, especially recently, the majority of people that contact me on Facebook, they want to know what I do. They want to know how I do it. They want to know, what steps I took in the beginning. And so I'm happy to share that. But, that's why I do the things that I do. So if you want to build your business, I'd highly recommend figure out what your core business is. Okay? Know what that core business is. If you know what your core business is, and my core business is websites. Okay, I do websites. That's my main business. Okay, I'm not gonna let that go. I'm holding that tight. And everything around that, I got Amazon, I got stocks, I got coaching. I got different groups. I got list groups, all this other stuff. Email marketing, YouTube, whatever. It's all outside my core business. My core business that I keep right there. It's my websites. They bring in the bulk of my money, the bulk of the stuff that I need to run my other businesses, my daily lives, all that. Or my daily life. I don't have more than one life. Anyway. So figure out what your core business is, and then figure out ways to build additional income around it. That's what I did. Okay? I wasn't a success, or a complete success. I'm still not a complete success. I fail all the time, fail every single day. But I wasn't a success by building that core business and never thinking outside the box or that core. It was always, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna make the bulk of my money, and then I'm gonna build from there. And that's what's gonna get me to the next level. I'll be able to take that money plus all the money around it, put it in some big lump sum, and invest in other things. That's what got me to where I am today. So one last piece of advice I want to give you guys is, don't look at Amazon FBA as, this is my business and I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to spend 100% of my time right here. You can do that. You can make a lot of money. You'll be very happy. You'll spend a lot of time working. You can go on lavish vacations, buy a nice car, big house, save up for college, do all this stuff for your kids, and who knows, die later on. But from my experience, from anyone that I've talked to, any mentors that I have, it's always, how are you building your business? My business, I got the core business, and I got other things around it. That is how you make your money grow. So the one thing I want to leave you guys with is, figure out a way to take your core business and build it to something greater. Something maybe you can sell later on in the future. Something that you can take all the money you're making from Amazon FBA, put it into real estate, or into another business, or into websites, or YouTube, or back into Amazon, whatever it is. You decide. You're the boss, you're the CEO. You make the last and final decision. Do what's best for your business, do what's best for your life, do what is gonna make you happy. So I'm gonna leave you with that. If you guys have any questions, any advice, put it in the comment section below. Hope you guys like this video. I have no clue how long it is. It's probably a lot longer than I expected, but hopefully you got some value out of it. If you like my YouTube videos, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting that button. See you guys very soon, and you guys take care.